Hello and welcome to 3D Builders. My name is Walter and I'm here to teach you Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a computer-assisted design software that lets you build in 3D and create many 3D shapes and planes. The first thing that I'm going to do in this video is teach you how to create an account. Then, after the account has been set up, we'll teach you how to use Tinkercad. In order to get started using Tinkercad, you need to log into an account. For those who don't have an account, one can be made by clicking the Join Now button at the top right, or the Start Tinkering at the bottom of the screen, and create a personal account. Make sure that if you are ages 13 or under, you receive parental permission and supervision when you create your account. If you want to work under our 3D Builders account to share your works, you can choose the Students Join Class button and type in our class code, and you type in our class nickname. Ours is Kidspace. But remember, this one is a shared space and open to log in without an account. Once you are all set and loaded up, it's time to get used to the layouts. Starting with the main dashboard, you will see any previously worked designs. On the left, it will be a list of other design layouts, like circuits, code blocks, and last one is Lessons tab, where Tinkercad's own tutorials are laid in. Once we get through the how-tos, it's a great way to apply what you learned and get to know more in the process. When you're on 3D Designs, you can start a new project by pressing the Create New Design button. Once it loads, you'll be presented with the Tinkercad workplane. This workplane is where you place your designs on and use the workplane to understand the scale of your design. On your workplane, your mouse can do a few things. You can hold the right mouse button and rotate your workplane in a full X and Y axis. And you can also scroll the mouse wheel, or if on a modern laptop, two-finger slide to zoom in and out of your workplane. Remember, you cannot zoom while rotating, and vice versa. If you want to quick select or click zoom any of your workplane, there is the left side of the screen that has extra choices available. Now let's show you how to place an item to manipulate. On the right side, we have a drop-down menu. For today, we will stay on the basic shapes, but keep in mind that there are many other choices to be had. But again, today, we're staying on only basic shapes. In this list, we have common bare bones shapes. We can grab the box, for example, by left-clicking on the item we want and left-clicking on the workplane itself. Now that we have our box on the workplane, we can see the basics of item manipulation. The white anchor points manipulate the shape from its angles, as shown here. While the black anchor points manipulate its sides. There are also double-ended arrows on the top and sides of the shape that deals with rotation of the shape itself. The rotation is measured by degrees, so if I drag it 90 degrees, I did a quarter turn, and the same with each other arrow. Last one on its shape is a black cone at the top. When you left-click hold and move this shape up or down, you elevate or drop the shape depending on its location. Remember, if this shape goes through its work plane, make sure to move it back up once you're done. It is the best way to represent its shape. Another way to manipulate your shape is by using the shape sliders located next to the drop-down menu. You have many choices on what you can do and how varied it can get. We'll start with the first slider. The first slider is the radius slider. The radius slider controls the curve radius of the corners. At max radius, it can turn a cube into a sphere. Next is the step slider. The step slider determines how many sides or steps it takes to make the shape. The flatter the shape, the less noticeable the steps. A cube is unnoticeable, but a sphere has more pronounceable steps. After that, it is the length, width, and height sliders. It is another way to stretch your object like when you stretch with anchor points. Now, don't forget, after a completed project, to save your work by clicking the title of the project at the top left and rename it to whatever you want so you can track it better. Now that wraps it up for this video. And hopefully you guys make amazing builds. And I can't wait to see them soon. Stay tuned for the next episode where I teach you even more in-depth moves and abilities with Tinkercad. See you guys next time.